Rise from your fucking grave. What an introduction to a game. Altered Beast. Now there's been mixed opinions on this one, but does it stand up well today? Let's have a little look. In 1988, Altered Beast was one of many arcade games to get ported to the 16-bit system. It's a side-scrolling beat-em-up where you play a centurion resurrected by Zeus to save his daughter Athena from the clutches of Neph, the ruler of the underworld. You must fight through zombies and other mythical creatures. Your character's moves are very basic, but so is taking out the enemy. With simple moves like punch, kick and jump kick is about as exciting as it gets. There's also a crouching upward kick to take out flying enemies and super jump to reach higher platforms. Some enemies will have easier ways than others to finish them off, and this depends on how they attack. This may be a case of 2 kicks to the nuts or 2 punches to the face. You can power up your character by collecting spirit balls, and these are found in blue 2-headed wolves that occasionally appear throughout the level. Yes, they are wolves, I always thought they were giant hogs. The arcade version looks like wolves, they just got distorted slightly on this one. They normally show up between 2 brown wolves and jump about the screen. These can be difficult to hit, especially when you're surrounded by enemies, but when you do hit one and collect the spirit ball, your shirt will fall off. A second spirit ball will give you an instant god bod. The third and final spirit ball will transform you into a beast. A nice little cutscene will show the transformation. This was a very cool feature back then, not as animated as the arcade version, but still a nice touch. Throughout the game you can transform into 4 creatures: the werewolf, a were-dragon, a were-bear, and a were-tiger. The last stage transformation is a golden werewolf. So far through each stage, Neph will show up to see if you're ready for battle. If you haven't transformed, then he'll leave. You have another chance to go through the stage to collect more spirit balls. Failing to collect 3 balls in one stage will result in a boss battle in human form, which is a complete nightmare. Neph will then transform into a different creature every stage. After defeating him, he will take away your spirit balls and you will follow him to the next stage. There are 5 levels to get through, which doesn't sound too bad, but they get very hard, especially when they auto-scroll. The first stage, you start in ancient Greek graveyard, where the enemies will be resurrected from the dead to attack you. Most of the enemies here will punch and can get you into a tight spot if you don't kill them quick. The end boss is a huge demon that throws multiple heads at you from above. You must avoid all falling heads and attack when possible. For this battle you'll be a werewolf with a fireball attack and a speed dash that will take out enemies with 1 hit. The second stage takes place in an underground cave where you'll have similar enemies to the first stage and snake-like creatures that will rattle their tails before appearing. These can be stopped by attacking their rattle before they appear. You may recognise these creatures that were also in Golden Axe that could be ridden. You'll go on to face a creature with multiple eyes. Your beast for this boss will be the dragon, which can fire an energy beam and have an electric attack that will instantly take out any enemy that comes into contact with it. Finishing the boss with this beast will take a few seconds if you hit it in the right spot. Stage 3 is in the underground cavern. There are platforms and pits to work your way around here, and with enemies appearing above and below you might find yourself losing a couple of lives. Getting caught by a punching enemy can land you in shit if you're near a platform edge. Also, with these obstacles all over the place, trying to hit the walls is very tricky, as some move fast and some may knock you over, and some may move slow, but enemies attacking you may make it hard to reach them. When you do get them all, you're transformed into the bear. Your attack moves are the powerful breath attack, which will petrify your enemies, and a spin attack where you'll jump forward slightly and crush your enemy. Be careful using this attack, as when it's used you'll have no control of your character until you're stationary again. This can also be fatal if you use it near a pit. The end boss here is a snail-like creature with a dragon's head. He'll fire projectiles at you. Mashing the kick button I found was the best option to beat him. Stage 4 is the Netherworld Fortress. Here is simply a load of various enemies thrown at you to slow you down. There's nothing interesting about this stage, it's just a straight walkthrough. Your beast here is the were-tiger. Similar to the werewolf in attack, except the kick attack will dash you vertical and charge you back down again. You'll eventually come to the boss, which is a floating crocodile with a fireball for a torso. Firing fireballs and avoiding the drakes and his fireball attacks can be tricky. Using the vertical attack near his back will help in finishing him. Stage 5 is the Netherworld Sanctum. Here you'll be faced with very tough enemies with ninja unicorns, pissed off goats and a fish. These guys don't fuck around here. They're all strong and they don't want you to get past them. Collect 3 spirit balls and you'll be transformed into the golden werewolf. Same as the first stage beast but stronger. When you go up against Neff, be prepared to lose some lives. He punches hard and charge attacks. Using your fireball attacks from a distance will help, and when he charges, use the dash attack to cut through him. When you've defeated him, Athena will have the curse lifted and will transform back to herself. When the end credits roll, you can attack them too and punch the name of the person you don't like. As an early title release, I didn't think this was a bad game. The music is good and memorable, the sound effects are pretty good, and the voices are excellent. It sounds stupid now, but hearing clear speech on a game was mind-blowing at the time. The levels may be a bit bland, but there are some parallax scrolling effects which look great. The character and enemy sprites look fantastic and really are close to the arcade. Controlling your character feels absolutely fine, although some attacks don't connect, leaving you open for counter-attack. This can be frustrating, especially if the enemy gets the upper hand and puts you on your arse all the time. Okay, this doesn't look that good today, but it wasn't that bad of a game, considering it was one of the first titles released. I'll let you have your own opinion on that one.